So here we have an interesting thing. I'm going to touch on something that he never mentioned in the classroom, surrealism. From everything I've ever encountered with Myron, he had no use for surrealism. He liked very few surrealists. Two that come to mind were Roberto Matta and who else? There's Matta and there's a guy named Hans Bellmer. Besides those two people, you wouldn't hear mention of anybody. But I'm here to tell you that whether or not he was looking specifically at the surrealist work, he was paying attention to the methodologies that surrealists developed and invented, and they maybe were ideas in the air, but he made use of these things. So here's an example. Here's a drawing. It's about 40 inches tall, so it's a largish drawing. It makes no sense. It's rather meaningless. It's a signed work, so it means something. Here's another work. Wholly meaningless. These two drawings don't make any sense until you recognize that they're one drawing, because they go like that. And so they're making use of something that the surrealists invented, and they called it the exquisite corpse. And many of you are familiar with this, but this painting right here now behaves very much like a playing card would. It has kind of a flip up and down kind of vision, but you look at those two pieces and they now fit beautifully together. They read together, and this is a massive work as one piece stacked above one another as a diptych. Again, diptychs are usually shown side by side, so here's a different kind of diptych that's stacked, and it's very expressive and powerful in this manner. But the nature of an exquisite corpse is this. The surrealists invented this game. They said you take a piece of paper, you tri-fold it like this, and then the first person draws the head of a figure in the first box. A lot of you are probably saying, I played this game. And then they fold that leaf behind, and then the second person comes along and they draw the midsection of the body and fold it behind, and the third person draws the bottom of the body, and then you open it up and reveal something magical. So here on the right is Salvador Dali. This is kind of like a party trick thing. Salvador Dali and Andre Breton and their ladies participating in this game. But while it was a game, they took it rather seriously, because for them, they're trying to achieve unusual things by not anticipating what's going to happen and allowing surprise. So that's what they're doing here. And on the left is Frida Kahlo, who just so happened to be a surrealist, and her husband, Diego Rivera, the great Mexican muralist, doing the same thing, all in the same year, 1932. And here's Myron doing it here. So this is the only example I know in Myron's work. So it's an oddity, but it's an interesting one.